Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt Delete, the alternative comedy quiz show here on Essex TV. In the control seat today is me, your host, Daniel Lee Wright. On the Alt team today we have Mitchell Perry and Zainab Mohuddin. And on the Delete team we have Sam Rowett and Martin Richmond. Our first round today is our good old true or false round, where I will simply give out a statement and our teams have to decide whether or not it's true or false. So our first question. It is illegal to eat mince pies in Britain on Christmas Day due to a law made by Oliver Cromwell in the 1600s. True or false?
Well, he was a killjoy, so...
Oliver Cromwell was a bit of a killjoy, was he?
Yeah. And he had a big wart on his face, so...
That does sound like a very absurd sort of law that would have
Yeah,
been
but I mean,
passed.
it's just one of those patterns of, like, everywhere has loads of different repealed laws that, because they haven't been repealed, they're still technically valid, although no one enforces them. So.
Oh, you mean like the one in York where you're allowed to shoot a Welshman with a
one.
longbow inside the city gates? I've tested
That's not a law, that's a sport.
No. I know in York you're allowed to shoot a Scotsman, and in Chester you're allowed to shoot a Welshman, but they're pretty much the same law, yeah.
So everyone
I thought you were going to say the same person.
So everyone who is eating a mince pie on Christmas Day is technically breaking the law?
Well, if it's true, yeah.
Ooh, cryptic.
Didn't he want to clamp down on religion or something?
Do you want to abolish what?
Oliver
There was a
Cromwell.
massive civil war.
Actually, funny enough,
Yeah.
I'm reading the Second Musketeers book, and it's got a big chapter on how Oliver Cromwell's in it, because the Three Musketeers apparently did meet him. You know,
What?
it's glossed over in history, but yeah, but these fictitious characters did meet Oliver Cromwell, and yeah, they ate mince pies and everything. So I'm guessing it's true.
Well, it's because mince pies actually used to have a religious meaning before. Well, they don't anymore.
Did they ban hot cross buns then?
What is the religious meaning? Do you know?
I'm not sure. It's something about
Answer
the
my
ingredients
question.
that they brought back from one of the Crusades, and there's only 13 ingredients, which represents the 12 apostles and Jesus.
Mince
But
pies are
none of
significant as
those,
religious
none of those are
genocide.
around anymore. So.
Did you say religious jelly side then?
A religious jelly side would be more entertaining than what happened in the Crusades from the Middle East, I bet.
Yes. Death by pudding for all.
I wouldn't complain about that, to be honest. After death by chocolate lesbians, that's probably the best death ever.
Chocolate lesbians.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to
Strawberry
push that
chocolate
point. Right?
vaginas.
Can I push both teams?
Really?
Can I push both teams for an answer? What do you think?
I think it's true.
You think it's true that it's illegal to eat mince pies in the UK on Christmas Day?
Do we?
What do you guys think over here?
What now?
Still.
Yeah.
I think it was true recently, but I've
If
heard
it
I've heard that thing before, so I think I heard it because
surely it would have
No.
been repealed.
No, because as I say, the
Oh.
Welshman law was still...
Right, I'm going to have to push you both for answers.
well, I was
True,
trying to give
true.
one, but then they started talking.
Right, what do you think?
True.
I think it's false because I've heard it before, but obviously
I don't
I've
think
only
it was.
heard it because it's been repealed because no one would have mentioned it otherwise.
Okay.
I'm a law student. I think it's false.
Okay.
I was
Well,
agreeing with you.
I knew you were.
well, I'm afraid to say it is in fact true. It is illegal to eat mince pies in Britain on Christmas Day due to a law made by Oliver Cromwell in the 1600s. The police raided Asda's up and down the country during the holiday season, demanding who ate all the pies. In suspicion of these crimes, the police arrested Yorkshire. Here is.
Oh, I'm not happy with that.
You said you were from Yorkshire, and I was just like, you know what? One of them I could deal with, but two of them.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Two of us is an
Someone
invasion.
tells me you're not going to make it to the
Right.
second episode.
Here is your second statement. Because Mormons are not allowed to look at nudity of a consumerist kind due to their religious code, they have created a special kind of consumerist nudity known as bubble porn. True or false?
Bubble porn.
I want that to be true.
Yes, that needs to be true.
That would be probably one of the best things to come out of Mormonism. It would probably redeem them for Twilight. Bubble porn.
Do they have it in a bath then?
What can I just
No, I don't think it actually. I don't
What
actually
would
mean
bubble porn
someone
be?
having sex with like a lovely bunch of soapy water. I'm pretty sure it means something completely different.
Bubble porn. What?
Oh, mine's gonna be in the bath tonight. Oh, it's gonna be awful.
What?
Ugh.
Well, it could either be someone in the bath with bubble bath, or it could just be like people
Someone
wrapped
in
up
the
in
bubble
bubble.
bath.
The Mormons are
having sex.
sexualising
Well, no, you
bubble
could just-
bath. They're getting desperate, aren't
or
they?
they could just like put bubble wrap or something on people.
You see, actually, that's what I thought it was. I thought...
Or it could just be
Yeah.
naked
I'm
people,
not
but
sure
with
how you
bubbles
make bubble
covering
wrap
them.
erotic.
Fucking bubble
With,
wrap.
I'm pretty sure
God,
you
that
meant
was
to...
bubble wrap, a whole new meaning.
I'm pretty sure you meant to put bubble wrap.
Oh.
Maybe
no.
that's why it's porn. Popping
that's
bubble wrap,
awful.
popping a cherry.
Nice idea.
I really think you're taking that idea of popping things way too far.
Well, they've got to be taking them pretty far to invent bubble porn, I think. So
I don't think it's what we think it is. It must be a euphemism or something.
Okay, well, can I push you both for an answer? Do you think there's
Guessing
such a
that
thing as
I
bubble
want it
porn?
true.
In guessing that the bubbles
got
are
1
a
point, so
kind of
just take it as
censorship,
that's
I'm going to
true.
guess yes.
True.
We say
True.
true.
So, sorry, are you both going for true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it is in fact true.
Stop saying that.
Mitch had it right on the. It's literally bubbles showing parts of the body, but there are parts. Well, if it's not in the bubble, it's coloured, and it looks like it makes to make someone look like they're
Also,
not
it was
wearing anything.
censorship.
Fun as a
A Mormon came up with the idea of bubble porn by taking a safe for work picture and adding bubbles to it, giving the illusion of someone being naked without them actually being naked, and therefore not infringing their beliefs. If your religion says it's okay to look at porn where they're actually still wearing clothes, but it's also okay to have a foursome, your religion is either really good or really bad. So at the end of that round, we've got 2 points for delete and 1 point for alt.
Team
Damn
Awesome.
it.
Result.
Vagina.
Why do you keep saying that?
I told you, basketball.
Yeah, but it sounds really creepy when you just say it out of random content.
Vagina.
Vagina.
I don't know what's happened. I might have to edit this out. Okay. Our second round is a regeneration of our old friend's deep thought, and this one is called Three of a Kind. This is where I name 3 things, and our teams have to say what links them or what they have in common. For example, if I say France, America, and North Korea, they are all countries that think they are the best country in the world, but aren't. So our first one is dinosaurs, evolution, and the Big Bang.
Things that creationists don't believe in.
Yeah, you've got that one right on the head.
Is that...
Really?
Creationists do not believe in dinosaurs, evolution, or the Big Bang. Were you actually trying to go for a funny answer? And it just,
But you just there wasn't even a pause there for us to even attempt an answer.
I thought that was just. I thought
Okay.
it was going to be something way more
brilliant.
intelligent.
Let's go for the French, the Spanish, and Nico Durso of the Sweat Room.
People we don't like.
Things not allowed in America.
None of the French are allowed anywhere but
yeah.
France, to be honest.
Shouldn't be.
France,
The French, Spain, and America.
The French, Spanish, and Nico Durso.
Oh, he's
French, Spanish, Nico.
countries that
Do they
he's
have
no
links to
longer allowed to be in.
Gaddafi?
Well, it's clearly not countries. What do you say?
Do they have links to Gaddafi?
No, they do
French
not
don't
have.
have
They
any
do not
links to
have.
Gaddafi.
They do not have links to Gaddafi. Well,
Because they're all
Stupid
scum.
accent.
Is it because they're all...
Zainab's got it right on the head. It's people with a stupid accent.
Oh, that is...
I know you're on the other team. I'm going to high five that boy. Vagina.
Our next one.
There it is again. I think this show's got a new
Our next one.
catchphrase.
Sum 41, Avril Lavigne, and Fallout Boy.
They're all shit.
I'll give you a point for that, but that's not the one I'm looking for.
Vagina.
Things you all sit in your bedroom and cry to.
What was
I'll
it
give you
again?
half a point. Sum 41, Avril Lavigne, and Fallout Boy.
People
all-
who wear grungy clothes but don't get it right. No, that's for no.
People with no sense of style or
Avril
music
Lavigne.
taste.
Yes.
41. And what's the other one?
Sum 41, Avril Lavigne, Fallout Boy.
Were they all in the Simpsons comic? I'm pretty sure that Radioactive Man had a sidekick called Fallout Boy.
Yes, that's...
He does,
the
but
band
it's actually the band Fallout Boy.
The band was named after the character of Fallout Boy.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was a
Yeah.
connection to the Simpsons there.
What time were they all? They were all
Is it the
around-
only 3 CDs you own?
I don't own any of those 3 CDs.
Is that the link then? You
My
don't own
dad
any?
owns at least one of theirs, though.
He's
I'll,
got 2.
I'll give you a clue. It has
Really?
something
Yeah.
to do. Well, one of the members of Sum 41 and Avril Lavigne used to be married. That's a bit of a clue.
They had a threesome.
Oh.
No.
One from each area.
10 seconds? Anyone?
Orgy. More.
It's
They all
nothing
had
to do-
sex with a member of Buster.
No, it has nothing to do with orgy or sex.
Damn it.
Okay, I'll move on. The correct answers, they've all have one divorced member. Okay, Bloody Mary,
Right.
Candyman, and Beetlejuice.
They're all cocktails.
Bloody Mary, Beetlejuice.
And Candyman.
Have they all been played by Michael Keaton?
I don't know about Bloody Mary, but I think the other two maybe. You might have played a creepy Candyman.
They all abduct children, or is that no? That's Slender Man, isn't it?
I've no idea.
They all
Internet,
burnt Protestants.
What?
Are they-
Bloody Mary, Mary the First.
Beetlejuice. What?
The Candyman?
The Candyman? Because he does it with a smile.
Okay,
World feel good because the Protestants are dead. You know, I think we
Who
found
can make
Bloody
this
Mary's theme tune. Is that where they got the inspiration from that song? They went back into the
Beetlejuice is a
past.
star at a film.
We're back into the
and a
June
character.
times.
Are they all songs?
they're not all songs, no.
Because you can have the Candyman and the Beetlejuice.
Real
at the
TV
side.
But
shows.
the Beetlejuice is related to
The film.
to something that happens in the film.
Are they all zombies then?
And Candyman is
That's the
Candyman is also
movie.
something related
Are
to
they all
his film.
TV shows?
No, they are not.
Something violent in them.
They're all
You're on the right line.
horror movie characters.
Almost. You're almost there.
They're all very rapey.
They're all creepy as fuck.
I'll give you another 20 seconds because I think you're very close to getting.
They're all
No.
lead characters
They're
in
all
horror
undead.
movies.
No, but you're on the right line.
They're all
Oh.
undead. They're all.
They've all
They're all.
been
They're
killed.
all.
They've all been
It's
killed.
about summoning.
They've all been.
If you say their name, they appear.
violently.
How many times?
3.
There we go.
Ah!
And our last one for this round:
No, that's
homosexuality, eating seafood, and approaching women on their period.
things you like to do at weekends.
Any other attempts?
Things that Alan Carr does. Hang on, what were they?
Homosexuality,
approaching
eating
with-
seafood, approaching women on their period.
Things Republicans don't like.
You're
Things
back on
that
the,
attract bears.
Well, that's just great, Mitchell. Bears. Now you're putting the whole station in jeopardy.
They're all things George Bush did.
no, you were sort of on the right line with Republicans, very, very loosely on the right lines.
Things that
They're all
Democrats
things-
support.
Oh,
They're
everything.
all things the Republicans think are evil.
Things Sarah Palin has campaigned against.
Nah, again, you're on the right sort of lines, but you're too.
Because like, there's this Republican who thinks masturbation is a sin.
Well, that's a religious.
then you're
thing,
not going
isn't
to
it?
heaven,
That's
then.
what most Republicans are. I'll give you a clue. It is something religious.
Something
things
that
Sarah.
you're going to form a cult around.
Homosexuality.
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 Gay music instruments.
Gay saxophonists just around
it's gay
America.
jazz. Right, homosexuality,
Will you
eating
play the
seafood,
Blue
approaching
Oyster?
women.
Is it things Rick Perry thinks are against religion?
I'll give you another 20 seconds, but no, it's not that. Well, it's the right sort of lines, but I wanted something a bit
Being
more
very-
specific.
All things the Republicans
Around,
want
is it about
banned
a
if they get
specific
elected.
person or religion?
It's
The Republicans
around
would
a
have sex
specific
banned if
religion.
they were elected. So end to human race.
They are all things banned in the book of Leviticus in the Bible. Something
Why did you say going on the right lines of republicanism
because
then?
Republicans are
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah, but I was going down the political route, not the religious route.
That's
I
why I
thought
said
it
you're
was
very
more-
loosely on the right route. Anyway, we'll move on. Right, okay, so Alt is on 3 points and Delete is on 3.5 points.
But join
What,
us.
did I not get half a point for things you do on the weekend? Because I'm pretty sure that was bang on right.
I'll give you a point for that. Okay.
Ah,
The Alt team
winning.
has 3.5 points and Delete also has 3.5 points. This is our
joiner.
final round.
We're doing
This
well.
sees the return of Nerdfest. This is why I ask questions based on popular culture, literature, TV, films, or just completely abstract questions, and then these four have to tell me to what extent I don't have a life.
Oh,
Okay.
You don't have a life, Dan.
Do we just shout out the answers
I'm gonna
this round?
put yeah. You shout out the answer.
Something's got to
first
tell me
person.
he might beat
Usually
you in
I
a
have to
shouting
turn and say you guys
contest.
say quack and you guys
Go
say
on, Mitch.
woof or something stupid. Right, you got 30 seconds for each question.
Go on.
Time starts
Nerd it up.
now. What is Dumbledore's full name?
Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore.
Oh yeah, name the two towers from the Lord of the Rings film.
Woof! Isengard and Mordor.
No, they're not towers. Anyone else?
No. Oh.
What? Quack! Tower 1 and Tower 2.
Clearly not. No.
No. Isil something.
Oh god.
If you'd asked me
Pass.
this when I was 13.
Okay, we'll pass. The answer is Orthanc and Barad-dûr. Just saying. So no one told you life was going to be this way.
Why? Woof. Your job's a joke, you're broke, your love's life's DOA.
It's the Friends theme tune.
Yeah.
That's
So give me the next bit.
I just
The
did.
actual next bit.
Hold on. What was the... Say
So
that
no
again.
one told you life was going to be this way. Correct! Name any two Star Trek films that aren't simply called Star Trek.
Star Trek Insurrection.
Well, you yelled it out, so I'll go to you guys first.
Wrath of Khan
Yep.
and the new one.
The new one is simply called Star Trek, so...
Okay, Wrath
you 5 seconds.
of Khan and balls.
Woof.
Oh,
No, I'll have to give it to you guys.
Star Trek Insurrection.
Okay, good enough.
I couldn't think of anything.
Is Gary Coleman still alive?
What? No.
No.
I'll give it to you guys.
Damn it! I keep forgetting to
How many
quack.
of the Matrix films were any good?
Quack! One.
Good man. How many days did it take Phileas Fogg to get around the world?
Quack 39.
No.
No, I did. It did take 39 because
80.
of the
Well, someone buzz in and give
quack.
me the
Quack 30.
Woof,
39.
80. You said 80.
No, I said that.
It's 39.
You didn't buzz. If any presenter
Was
from
it
the sweat room falls over in a forest and there's no one around to hear them, do they make a sound?
What?
No.
Yes.
Yes, I would have also accepted if it's Nico. It does it in an annoying accent.
Oh no, it's
Including the one ring. How
Hold
many
on.
rings of power did Sauron forge
Quack.
to
What?
Mount Doom?
9.
No.
1.
No.
No.
what was the question?
In the
Sorry.
including the one ring, how many rings of power did Sauron forge in the fires of Mount Doom?
13.
No.
It was
12.
9. No, it wasn't.
No,
19.
It wasn't. It
19.
Wasn't. It was 9.
Including the ring of Sauron.
20.
20.
There we go.
Oh.
That's not fair. Just
joiner.
Name all 4 of the Star Trek spin-off shows.
You know more about Star Trek than me. I was hoping you'd know that.
I know
Quack.
nothing about Star Trek.
I'll go
Take it,
Quack.
you guys.
The original, just the spin-offs.
Not the original series, just the spin-offs.
Next Generation. Go on.
What?
I
Deep
don't
Space
know.
Nine.
No.
Deep Space Nine. What?
Yeah, wait.
I don't know this.
Come on.
Next Generation.
I've got the voice in my head saying it.
Well, that answers a lot of questions about your life.
Right,
doesn't it?
get over to your, can you give me 4?
Deep Space Nine. Next Generation. Come on.
I still have umbrage about the
idea.
Phileas Fogg
I've
question.
no
What's the
idea.
one with the black guy called?
That is Deep Space Nine, and you said that. I'll give you both half a point for that one.
Yeah. Can I just say, it's around the world in
other
80
two-
days, but you made it one day before, so it is 79, Phileas Fogg, around 79. Because he made it without the time difference.
Okay, but
so it's
someone-
79.
Although you
Mark
said
me
39.
right.
I'm
I
gonna go
did
for
say
80
39.
because it's called Around the World in 80 days.
It's called 79 though, so it's
call
not.
Me, call
no.
me picky.
What, call you incorrect?
just to see if any of you can do this. Name any 5 Star Wars characters who weren't in the films. I love that pause. I love that pause. It makes me feel like such a nerd.
Darth Sidious's clone, number 1. Darth Sidious's clone, number 2.
You're not allowed to do.
No,
I'll
no,
give
no,
you
no,
one
no,
of
no.
those.
That wasn't.
What?
Oh no,
Who
no.
wants
Get
the games
stuffed.
count?
No.
Yes.
Darth Revan.
No, it was
The
still my
Handmaiden.
go. Hey.
What? Handmaiden, Knights of the Old Republic 2.
I'll give you that one then.
Darth Vader's apprentice in The Force Unleashed.
Give me his name.
Galen Doobie Taker. Starkiller.
Galen Marek or something. But yeah, I'll give you that one and 2 more.
Do we not? No, do you understand?
I have no idea
Taking
at
turns
all.
in this game.
You took too long.
What do you mean took too long? I did
Shut
said
up.
one thing.
2 more. I'll give you 10 seconds or I pass it over.
So we only need to get 2 after that.
Yeah, if you guys get 2, I'll give you the point.
Oh, brilliant.
I have no idea.
A Wookiee Jedi.
If you can give me his name.
There's actually a Wookiee Jedi.
I know there's a Wookiee Jedi, and I've got his.
George
can
Lucas,
picture
I
him.
forgive you for Jar Jar.
No, it's actually a Tefl. It's called Muddy or something like Chewbacca. It's Mudbucker or something. No, 2 characters from you guys, and you can steal the point.
Venturous, if we're not counting Clone
yeah, that
Wars.
counts.
And I'm trying to think of what's Han Solo and Leia's child. I think it's called
What?
Luke.
Anakin Solo.
Luke Solo.
Huh?
Luke Solo, is it?
It's not Luke Solo,
Look,
but I
Anakin
can't
Solo.
accept it from you. If you can give me one more, I'll give you another 10 seconds.
Luke Solo.
But yeah, it was Anakin Solo. But yeah.
Oh, was it Anakin Solo? Balls.
I'll give you if you can try and get Luke Skywalker's son. I'll give you the point.
Is it Han Skywalker?
not Han.
I can't remember his son. Oh,
The character's name is Ben Skywalker,
Oh.
but no one gets that point. Right. At the end of that round, the Alt team have 6, but I'm afraid Delete have won with 10.5 points.
Oh.
wow! By shouting
But
over all
join
my
us.
answers. How unfair.
And now I will present to you your prize, which is somewhere in my bag. It's chloroform.
Mine's already got enough of that.
Here we go. It is the Journal of Impossible Things from Doctor Who, a journal which somehow
excellent.
transcends time itself.
That's pretty
Well,
awesome.
that's all we've got for today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Mitchell,
Whoa.
Zainab, Sam, and Martin. And I hope you
Jesus.
join us again on Control Alt
Thank you.
Delete, the alternative comedy quiz show here on Essex TV. Good night.
Thank you.
It was 79 days.